And welcome back, everybody, to day 2, season 1, episode 5. Episode 5. I'll get it straight. And we have a special treat for you. Obviously, you probably already know it's not a surprise, right? Because it's on the agenda, it's on the schedule. We have Mr. Jerome Johnson. That's going to be, you should have your materials. I'm going to be standing over here. Hopefully, my hands won't get in the way. The way I have it set up, let me change camera views before I officially introduce him. Let's see. There's his back. There he is. And so he'll open up with some music first, and then he'll get right into learning you a couple things. And then he'll probably finish with a song of some sort today, right?
Right.
Okay. So with that said, let me try to stand out of your way here. Mr. Jerome Johnson, everybody, give it up for Jerome Johnson.
Stars are brightly shine. It is the night of our dear Savior birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pine, till it appeared and the soul felt its worth. The thrill of hope, oh, weary soul rejoices, for yonder break a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel's voice. Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine. On your knees, oh, hear the angel's voice, oh, night divine, Christ was born. All night, even all night divine. You know, I think the cat stole my ending. I'll tell you about that in a few minutes, okay? It was kind of funny because I couldn't get the cat out of there, all right? I'll
That's
tell
the
you
best
about that in a
camera
few
work I could do
minutes.
on the fly there, folks.
All right.
That wasn't intended.
All right, I'm going to do one more before I actually start explaining what I'm doing, all right?
You're going to sing?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I don't think so. I'm just going to play this one because I was kind of creative. I'm just going to play this one, okay? This is kind of cute because now if you want to bring your camera here, I want to show, we're going to do this on the fly, Rob. You know me, okay? I want to show them something that I'm doing with this on the introduction.
You bring the camera back over
Yeah,
again?
bring the camera back over again.
Just for this one?
Just for this one little thing I want to do here so they can look at my fingering.
Okay. Hold on. I got to get the camera.
All right.
I'm not going to take it off the tripod this time.
All right.
I'm just going to hold it. How's this?
Because I don't want to show you the notes because all you're going to be doing is this for the introduction.
How's this? Look up on the screen. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch those three fingers.
Zoom in.
I'm just playing in thirds, okay?
All right, do it again. I've
Okay, I'm
zoomed
just
in
playing
so
in
people can
thirds.
see it. Look on the TV there. Bill.
And you might do this every once in a while. You might guess the song. I'm going to play it right now, okay?
What name is that?
The name of the song is Last Christmas. And
Last
there's about
Christmas.
15 different versions out there.
I had to give you a round of applause for that. Or I'm giving me a round of applause because I'm actually holding the tripod in my hand against my stomach to keep it steady for you. Is this good angle? Do I need? Can I put it back
you
now?
can put it back now. Okay. And the name of that.
Oh my goodness.
The name of that song was we sitting here. It's called Last Christmas, and it's actually made popular by Wham or George Michael's. But I've heard Glee. I've heard what's the girl name that's very popular today?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. I've heard the Glee version actually is better. Is a good version. Okay. Because I saw them do it on TV when the show was popular. But that's Last Christmas. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day she sent it somewhere else. I don't know where it was, but you gave it away. That's right. Exactly. You know, see, this group is hip. All right, I like this group here. Y'all see my class? Did you show them my class today, Robert?
I did. I showed them earlier, but I'll move the tripod again for you.
This is my class, guys. I love them.
Everybody
to death,
wave.
okay?
No, wave over here. Got to look at the camera over here. There we go. There we go.
Now, reason why I wanted to show you my class, ladies and gentlemen, because it's probably about 12 or 13 of them in here now. So I have 13 ways to teach every Tuesday, okay? You can't, as a teacher, and Pat Gross is out there. She has a doctorate in education. Pat, how you doing in Missouri? I know you're out there. At any rate,
colder than Arizona.
Okay. She told me one day, Jerome, you're a good teacher. You got to figure out ways to teach everybody in the whole class. And I went, this is coming from a doctor of education. I went, thank you, Pat. Okay. Well, most of you guys know that I was in the Army band. And you got the sax section and the clarinet section and the flute section and the trumpet section and the French horn section, lower brass, upper brass. And those other guys they call the percussion section back there, you always got to explain everything to them because they don't read music. They read the dots, okay? Basically what they do. But you have to invent ways of teaching everybody pretty much on a daily basis. So the song, Oh Holy Night, guys, I kind of added to this today. I'm kind of glad Robert recorded the vocal part because I wasn't planning on doing that today. I was just planning on singing it. Now, Oh Holy Night, for those who got discoveries and or the easy ones and easy tens, the best way to play Old Holy Night is with your easy button. If you notice, I didn't add rhythms till like the second time around. So if you put on easy button and preset 3 in most cases, or no preset at all if you got a discovery like one of the Estes, just play it with the easy button with maybe a string sound and vocals in the left hand. So you don't have to worry about doing something fancy on that song. If you have an easy 2 or easy 4, all the way up to easy 10, the easy 10 you can use your presets, but the easy 4s and 2s, just basically put on the easy button and go with the song. If you want to change instrument the second time around, you can do that. Or if you want to add rhythm, the rhythm that I chose today was, believe it or not, Cat's Memories. That's why I say the cat gave it away at the end, okay? Cat's Memory, and I added the golden harp. The golden harp is a kind of a nice little feature if you're just playing no rhythm, okay? Throw the golden harp in there. One thing you have to do a little trickery with the golden harp now. For the most part, you want to take the golden harp, turn it on, and then turn your tempo down to about 70, 72, 75, somewhere around there, okay? Just put it on.
All right, let me back up here.
Yeah.
So this was what you said for the discovery.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So easy button with a flute.
Flute or strings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
All vocals.
you can use a mellow style, but if you didn't want to use it, just put on the easy button. And,
Yeah, and just play the whole song.
And then this was for the next step up organs.
Next step up organs is going to be guitar rock. It's going to give you that 50 sound like the Cat's Memory in a sense, okay? Not as close, but it will work really good with that. Your lead organs or your touchscreen organs, I use Cat's Memories, and I started out without the rhythm. The first preset I made was this one. And Robert, I learned something today on the organs, by the way. I'm going to share with you. Robert showed me how to load one of my presets in A and the other one in B, so I didn't have to go back and load the stick again. I did not know that out of all this time. So he taught me something today. So in A, it's what I did was put in A1. Here's what you're going to hear. Here's the rhythm. Now that comes actually from Cat's Memories. Yeah, that's it. I did not use the what was it? The Orchestra Plus. I just had on the Genie. So if you just want to start really nice, but I did steal a preset, and I really like the category presets, Lush. What I did was move the Lush number 7 to number 1. Did you know you could do that? Go to Lush, hit number 7, and resave number 7 Lush into preset 1. Now you got your strings on the bottom, and you got your vocals on top for your first preset. Here's the top. If you notice, I didn't go to the top of the song until I actually started singing at the end, the second time around at the end. I played all the medley on the bottom keyboard. What I did again, let me explain that again. I took Lush, preset 7, and memorized it in preset 1, A1. And how do we do that, Robert? How do we do that, class? Memorize the alphabet loud so they can hear you, okay? The number. Yes, yes. Memorize. One more time. Memorize alphabet, the number. Yes, yes. Memorize.
I don't know if they could hear everybody, but they're all repeating. So
I do this like a routine.
So this is again a reference to the saving presets on the organ, which everybody's getting a copy of this multiple times.
Multiple times.
I handed it out in here today. I put it in the email.
Yeah.
If you ever want to save your own setups, this page is very useful on saving it onto the organ.
Yeah, I do this in every class, after every class when I'm talking presets, because one thing I remember by my music theory class in the military, which is the Marine Corps music theory class, if you repeat something every time you go to class, somebody's going to get it. I'm serious, okay? They're going to go home with it. So memorize the alphabet, the number, yes, yes, memorize. Okay. So just keep doing that on a daily basis, and it's just like working on your notes, okay? That's the buttons on the organ. You got to do that all the time. You got to practice on them all the time. So I took that and made that preset 1. Now, only thing I did in preset 2 was bring in the bass. Listen again. I did not have bass. I had Genie on by itself, okay? Maybe a little vocals in the bottom if you hear it. And number 2, I add the bass. Hear the bass come in? If you got your sound on really good. Now, stop. We're going to do what now? Memorize the alphabet, number 2. Yes, yes, memorize. All right, in preset number 3, I brought in the drums. Listen. Now, in between, I kind of hit the FX or the fill-in button, so it gives you time to get there. You can take your time. I brought in the drums, but I used the fill-in to give me a little bit of so I can move my hands. Okay, I got time to do it. Okay, before I have to start playing again. So, and what we did was actually we did what? We put a preset in number 3. All right, and all we did was add the bass to what I had already going on. So, what you're gonna do again? You're gonna memorize the alphabet number 3. Yes, yes, memorize. Now the yes, yes is coming up. I'm gonna tell you all about the yes, yes in a few seconds, okay? And you can do this from the yes, yes. You can do this from a fanfare all the way up to the top model aria. So, and I'll tell you about it. Number 4, what I added was, let's see here. I forgot what I added. That's what's so good about you saving your preset. Effect. I added the transposer, right? You saw it go for half step? This is where the yes, yes come in. Because you want to save the transposition. Okay? With the style, right. You want to save the transposer so you don't have to reach up and hit the transposer button. So what I did was transpose the previous transpose the song up half step, and I saved it in number 4. So what we're going to do again, we're going to memorize the alphabet number 4, yes transposer, yes rhythms, or rhythm style, memorize. That's what those 2 yeses are for. You're going to save the style and you're going to save the transposition. You don't have to, but I do all the time.
Look at that.
Look, and it's up there again, Robert. It's repetitious. That's where the military teaches us how to learn stuff, okay? It's repetitious,
so let's
repetitious.
see, after it's set up, okay, memorize. Did I get it right? I want to make sure it says it right.
Mm-hmm.
A letter, okay. A number. And then you choose yes for the style, and then the transpose is yes or no. In this case, you said yes. Okay.
And to make an easy
memorize. Yeah.
And to make an easy registration, you don't have to change your right hand so much. I already put my solo instrument in the right lower right, which is the strings, right? You heard the violin or the cello. That's all the way through. So when I got ready to hit the vocals while I was singing to number 4, it's on the top keyboard already. I don't have to make all those different changes. That's the same registration that I stole from Lush 7 and put it in number 1. I didn't change nothing else. Made it real simple registration for actually probably half of your Christmas songs out there. And I did that, if you want to reach over and hit your bells. I'm sorry. If you want to dial your church bells up into Genius on the green buttons, you can do it. Just hold it down and scroll until you get there. Or you can use a quick pick button and put it in lower left or whatever, however you want to do it. The question was earlier, how do you find an instrument? And I told, I think that was Craig. Craig was asking how you find an instrument real quick. Yeah, Craig. It's pretty simple. If you use the quick pick button, to me, is all 6 of us who's demonstrating today and doing the classes, we all got our own way of doing things. Whichever way makes it better for you to understand, use it. Okay. Don has a way. Joni has a way. Gary has a way. Even Robert. We in the same store. We do things different on the instrument. I use the quick pick button, and I think, Robert, this is a good time for you to probably move the camera over again. Okay. Okay. And I'll show you how you do this. Okay. Yeah, I think you can zoom here, but I definitely want them to see the screen and the quick pick button. Okay.
Make you dizzy for a moment.
Okay.
Bear with me, folks. Close your eyes.
If you want a solo instrument to be put anywhere on the board, first of all, I'm going to turn off my organ tab button because I don't want it to sound with it. See the upper tab button there? Turn that light off. I don't want it to come on my solo instrument. Let's go with the trombone, okay? Quick pick. There. The first page doesn't have a T on it. I'm gonna go to the next page.
Hold on, let me get closer.
Okay, let me go
Oh,
back.
by the way, oh, I can't get any closer. Oh, okay, bear with me. Got to move my cord so I can get closer. Sorry. By the way, these lights are flashing. If you notice they're flashing, they're not actually flashing on the organ, but when the camera goes on it for some reason,
Yeah.
those lights.
I'll try to
light
show
up.
this again. Normally, when you got the upper tab button on, that means these organ sounds are activated or whatever's on the top keyboard.
Okay.
To do it like quickly, I hit the quick pick button, and first page is going to come up with your piano, your guitar, your strings, and so on. The next page is going to be something. Oh, look at there, Robert.
What?
Trombone is already there.
And it says Tommy
It's
on there.
And watch my finger.
There's Tommy.
Tommy trombone, Genius 1.
And then over there it says it's in there.
On the screen, it's already blue, so I don't have to do anything.
How about that?
That come up, Tommy, easy, okay? If I wanted to do something, another type trombone, then this is blue, scroll, okay? Just scroll, slide trombone.
Hey, there's that
muted
slide
trombone,
NT.
it is right there. Now I can put that maybe in solo 1. It says violin there,
Well,
but
that's because you've got to push trombone.
trombone. I forgot
Press
to
trombone,
trombone
and then solo
1. There
And
we
now-
go.
And then you go through and you scroll to what one you want that to be.
Mhm.
Wow, even you can do it, Jerome.
Yeah, that's the way I do it, okay?
Anybody can do it.
There's a way of doing it. Joni has a way, Don has a way, Robert has a way, Carrie has a way, Joe has a way of doing it.
Am I done here?
You done there, Robert.
right.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to make my way back to the stand here. There we go. There we go.
Any questions on Oh Holy Night? Remember, you can play probably 50% of the Christmas songs out there with that one registration. Even, I can't remember. Even if you use a waltz 3/4 time, that registration will work for Silent Night, The First Snow Away in the Manger, all of those 3/4 Christmas songs. So it doesn't have to be a 4/4. You can even change it to Bossa Nova if you want to. Those registrations would work. Any questions out there from anybody in the audience? Come on, do we see any hands moving, hands raising?
Let's see. Someone's reaching up, touching their screen.
Yeah, somebody touching the screen. Who is that?
Questions out there? So, Jerome, very quickly, say your setups again. I'm going to write them down and type them up for everybody.
Okay, the
first
setups.
setup.
The
First
first
set-
setup,
Mm-hmm.
I took number 7 from Lush, okay, from the Lush category presets, and I moved it to number 1.
Okay. No rhythm?
No rhythm.
Here I am.
What?
Oh, well.
Come say it. We here to answer questions.
I think they're
Do
muted.
you have, I want to see who's on chat. That
Oh,
was
she
great
was
love. Great love job. Oh,
I think that's an accident.
Okay.
Mute your computers.
49.
Okay.
She's talking to a plumber.
Okay. All right. So for your first setup for Oh Holy Night, you used Lush number 7 with no rhythm,
With no rhythm.
and you basically put it on preset number 1.
Exactly.
Okay. Now use the easy button, of course.
Yeah, easy button.
Okay.
With-
I'm writing this down, folks, because guess what I'm going to do for you later? You already know.
We make sure we don't turn on just the genie, not or on the marquees. Just put your basic rhythm on, okay? No extra accompaniment or genie plus or orchestra plus. Just one basic or genie 1. On the A series is genie. On the EY, the marquees is easy. Just your basic, but your basic accompaniment. Yeah.
Okay. What's your second setup?
The second setup, I added the bass, auto bass.
Add bass. And you didn't have a rhythm on in your first one?
Oh, well, the rhythm is actually Catch Memories,
Oh, back
Yeah,
memory.
yeah.
All right.
but I didn't add the bass until the second preset.
Okay.
The third preset, I just turned on the drums.
Number 3, add drums. Okay.
Number 4, I basically saved the transposer.
Oh,
Okay,
it transposed automatically?
if you save it when you save it in the preset 4.
Transposed up a half a step.
Half a step. You do that prior before you save it, and then you go memorize alphabet number 4, transposer, yes.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to
Oh,
repeat
yeah.
what you just told me and tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm going to type this up and put it in this weekend's update. So for the first setup, you push Lush 7 and you save it into number 1, obviously. Use the cat memory, but you have no bass and no drum.
Right.
Okay. So I want to make sure you all caught that. No
A
bass,
series Genie and
no drum.
A series is Genie and
Basic.
EYC, yeah, is EYs are basic.
Basic only. And then the second one, you just added the bass.
Bass, auto bass, yes.
And then number 3, you added the drums.
Right.
And number 4, it's the same setup, but it's safe to be transposed up a half step.
Exactly.
How's that, folks?
Golden harp. Golden
Oh,
harp.
oh, wait. Yeah, what happened to the golden harp? I missed the golden harp.
I'm glad I just remember what Robert said earlier today.
What did I say?
Things changed. Things change overnight, Robert, okay? You can add the golden harp, okay, if you want to, okay?
That was it wasn't in there originally?
Yeah, let me go to number 1,
Oh,
okay?
you know what? Oh, you
let's-
have it in there? No. No, it's not on, is it? But
no,
you
it's
could-
not on, but
it's
you
not
can
on.
add it if you want to, okay?
Okay. See?
I'm glad you asked that because I remember what Robert was saying earlier. Things will change when you're doing these things, okay?
My arrangement changed 10 times in 3 days.
You can add the golden harp, okay?
All right.
And you can pick the one you want. You can put it wherever you want to. If you wasn't using the Genie or the Basic, try the golden harp by itself.
I'll make sure to put that in there. as an
We'll put that in
option.
there, okay? That's an option if you want to use it. But just remember, things will change. You might not like it, okay? So you will change too with it, okay?
All right, there's a question. Someone asked on what model Lowry's do saving presets work? Whew, that could be a long answer. I'm going to say it real fast. So this is being recorded. You can save presets, and I'm sure I'm going to miss some, but you can save presets on a Fanfare Journey, Inspire Rialto Marquis, Grand Marquis Aria. You can save presets on a Holiday Classic, Legend, Floridian, Prestige, Imperial, Sterling, Symphony, Patriot, Stardust, Royale, Majesty, Rhapsody, Sensation, Performer, Palladium. I just said a bunch, so hopefully you caught one that was, and I might have missed a few, but the process is pretty much the same on most models, and there's a couple exceptions on some of the more intermediate models, like the Holiday Classic, the Fanfare, and the Journey, the Lowry Premier, and the Legacy. It's very similar, but it involves moving the scroll button. So just make sure to refer to your owner's manual on that. And the handout, by the way, that I had posted up here to help, this is not the entire list, but on this handout that I put out there, it shows these are a bunch of the organs that you can do it. Again, this is not limited to this, and what page in the owner's manual to find it. So if you have one of those organs listed, go to those page numbers. You're going to get that handout. But there's some that I did not mention on this, so you would look under saving presets in the owner's manual. Okay, that one's not plugged in. I unplugged it.
Never mind.
It was handed out in one of my it was on my handouts. Well, today and in the email. It was like towards the end of my printout. I'll get it to you. I got extras.
Okay,
We have a question back there, Marilyn.
Maryland, yes. You can add the church bell into.
Okay, put your microphone closer.
You
And
can add the
repeat
church
the
bell.
question. The question that
Can you
was
repeat
asked
the
in the
question?
student, the question that was asked was, Jerome mentioned something about putting church bells in number 2. That sounds like crickets. But you can have nice crickets if you want while you're playing. It gives you that sort of ambiance, you know.
Okay, now here's the church bell. What I did was to add the church bells into the sound effects in the green button. Hold the green button down, either Genius 1 or Genius 2, and scroll till you get to the bells you want.
Okay. All right. I gotta zoom in again.
You get it,
No.
Marilyn? Hold the green button down.
Put your
scroll.
finger on. Show it. I'm gonna screw.
Here's the green button here. You got to do this with 2 hands, okay? Because it's not simple. You hold the green button down, and on the screen, you're going to see, well, it was on cricket. So I just scroll until I find church bells. Lucky enough, it was in the C's. And, of course, crickets start with a C and church bells start with a C. So I got there real quick, okay?
All right.
You don't have to dial so many, you know.
All right.
And then you got your church bell if you want to start it.
Glad you answered that.
You can use that as an introduction, by the way.
I wasn't gonna sleep tonight if I didn't.
Watch
know that.
this. Or just resave it in your presets. Memorize alphabet, number, with, okay? Memorize. So before you start, just put the bells in your presets, preset number 1. And you got, then get ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and start. So that was a very good question, because now you got a brand new introduction for the song. Just play it 4 times and then play the chord. And
So Marilyn, you came up with a great idea. So that's going to be an extra $5 per student. Make checks payable to Marilyn.
Funny. I won't have to teach that in class now. You already got it, all right?
All right.
Now, okay, this next song kind of surprised me, and something always go wrong when you're doing something live, okay? So I actually made these presets on a Prestige. So when you get my presets, it will work on your organ. But if you play it on a symphony, you might find some changes, and you know, it's just the nature of things that happens in live doings, okay? Yesterday we had another organ in this spot, which I know would have worked for the Prestige. But Prestige has the old time rock and roll version, and the alto style is different. Okay, it is different from the only instrument that created just a little bit of a problem, and it's not a problem. But they took Baby Elephant Walk and put it in that spot. And I didn't realize that until I hit the button today.
Nobody
okay?
knew any different. Sounded just
It
as good.
sounds right. But anyway, you're going to hear a little bit slight different when you load it into your A-series organ, except for the symphony. The A-series organs are going to give you more power drums, okay? And a more like old-time rock and roll kind of a feel. It changes the rhythm a little bit. But they made a little bit of changes on the symphony, and it comes out just a little differently. That's the only difference on that particular rhythm. But if you guys notice that we recorded my fingering, so you can kind of like play with this yourself at home. I didn't do nothing with this instrument, but with this rhythm pattern, but actually loaded the style old time rock and roll, okay, without the orchestra plus, because I didn't want to I didn't want the song to be so much up front. I wanted to start out with a lot less instruments and come in with a finale. Okay, so what you heard was this. Now, all I'm using there is just piano, okay? The only difference I made was before I set up everything, I did the same thing like I did with Oh Holy Night. Here's a creative way, if you don't, you can use your fake it button, but I chose to put saxophone in lower right. put that all in the first preset, okay? Saxophone in lower right and piano in on the upper keyboard. Have that ready to go. So in my second preset, all I did was add the alto style. That was enough to do the whole song. One little trick I did do with the saxophone. Can you hear that? Da, 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 da. All right. Here's something I'm going to teach you, and you're probably going to start using it eventually. Okay, I want you to take you're going to find the saxophone in your quick pick. Do it the same way I did it, all right? Just hit quick pick, go to the S's, find the saxophone that you like,
Go
put
to
it
the
in.
S's for
Yeah, the
Sam.
S's. Yeah,
Oh,
for saxophone.
Sound like you said ass, but S's. S for Sam. Go to the letter S.
S. Go to the letter S and find the saxophone like we did the trombone a while ago, okay? And put it in lower right. What I mean by put it in the lower right, there's a couple of little things you have to do. First of all, you got to put it in a sound first. Sound orchestra 1 or orchestra 2 or solo 1 or solo 2. I put it in solo 1. Now after that, you got to turn on lower right under the blue button solo so you can hear it on the right side. Should I say that again? Okay. I found my saxophone, okay? From the quick pick button, I took my finger and put it in solo 1, the blue button. You got 2 buttons there on the A series organs. 2 red ones say 1 and 2, orchestra genius, and then you got solo genius, blue. I took saxophone and from the quick pick and put it in solo 1, blue button. After you do that, you got to turn on lower right. Lower right is found. This might be another camera thing, Robert. I'm keeping him busy here, okay? This is where people get kind of messed up with the. I put the saxophone in this button here, solo 1, okay? But in order for me to hear solo 1, I got to turn it on. See where it says solo right there? Turn it on.
Yeah, so I will clarify that with all the SU and A series models. That's how that works.
Yeah.
If you happen to have a Rialto, Inspire, Marquee, Grand Marquee, and Aria, whatever solo button you put, there is just a simple button you can, when you assign it, there's a button that will actually say lower right.
Yeah.
So it's essentially very similar, but it looks cosmetically different how they did it. So you don't. All right.
Okay.
All right.
So you and how did I get the echo sound? Anybody know? Yeah. Very simple. Most people say it's not simple, but I go to let me see here. Thank you.
About ready to fall off. I got to keep them together too.
No. I go to effects. You're going to find this on most pages on all the A and E series organs. You're going to find the effects on page 4. Page 4. You hit the effects button. And if you look on the screen, you're going to see all different types of effects you can use, okay? Solo right now is on delay. You can put an effect in orchestra 1, orchestra 2, solo, lower sounds. I just basically hit solo and delay. How I got the delay, I just make it blue and scroll till I found delay. And you're going to get this type of sound. Boy, you should see the eyes in this store today, guys. We'll get closer up, okay? Anybody got a question on that particular setting? I do have FaceTime. FaceTime, you want to FaceTime me on that? I can take you right to the buttons and you can see it. Class, I'll show you how to do that because we haven't talked about the effects yet, okay? It's basically on page 4. hit the icon that says effects, okay? And you're gonna get the type of the instruments like the upper orchestra 1, orchestra 2, solo 1, solo, lower. I put it in the solo lower right? So I wanted to turn a delay button on that gives you that da 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 da. That's a feature that probably half you guys don't even try. Yeah, it actually does probably 50 different things in there, and you can edit them all. But we'll get a close up, okay? But anybody out there who has an instrument like that, and you want to give me a call on my cell phone, and I'm gonna give it to you, I'd be glad to. I still got a Florida number, so write this down. Area code 239-478-0571. And don't mention that you're a Medicare representative, okay? I'm tired of those guys, all right? at least text me first. Text me and say, I'm so-and-so with Ep5. I want to know how to get it, and I'll call you right back, all right? Because you know you guys don't answer your phone either if you don't know who it is, all right? All right? Text me first, and we'll correct it for you, all right? So we'll show you. I'll take my FaceTime, and I'll go right to the button, and in about 5 minutes, you'll know what to do, all right? And class here, you don't have to worry about it. Just come up when we take a break, and I'll show you, all right? Good way to get you to the organ. All right. I think that's Robert. That's all I got. Oh, we got a
Okay.
question back here. Hold on. Go for it.
All right. Well, a couple things. You're going to play a song before you close off?
Yes.
Okay. Before you ask that question, there was a couple questions here that I saw in the chat. And the question is, if you change from the birds to the church bells and the sound effects, will it save into a letter preset?
Yes.
It will save it if you save it that way, if you memorize the preset. Okay, so there, answer that. And then on the marquee, how do I get to a quick pick? There's a button that says quick pick. I can't remember if it's to the right of the screen on the marquee, but there's somewhere in that area, there's an actual button that says quick pick.
I think it might be to the left it's on the right? Yeah, on the right.
What's on their organ? Where is it
Where's
I think it's on the right side of the screen.
Yeah.
There's a button that actually says quick pick.
Yeah.
And then the last question is kind of an important one, I think. So Jerome, I'm going to put your holy night on the screen.
Mhm.
The question is, where do you make your changes? So you had 4 different setups. So I'm going to pull up Oh Holy Night on the screen.
I'm going to try to explain this the way Carrie did it and the way Joni did it. But I'm going to do it in the old
wrong
Southern
one.
way, okay, when he gets there, all right?
Let me get to the music here. Oh, okay.
Now, you heard Carrie and you heard Joni do A and B form yesterday, right? Think of you being in the church choir. This is the way I was presented. It's the verse and the chorus. Same thing as the A and the B form. If you got a solo guy who's doing the first and the choir come in doing the chorus, it's the same thing.
So number 1 is in the beginning, is what you're saying.
In the beginning is going to be the verse,
All right.
okay?
So I'm going to put 1. Okay.
Now the chorus is going to be fall on your knees, right? At fall on your knees.
Where is that at?
Fall on your knees, oh hear the
What
angel
page is that?
voices. That should be. Look at the words.
Don't you have your music there?
Yeah, well, I got my music here. Let me find it here.
Oh, okay. It's on this.
I got it here.
Page 2.
Oh yeah, page 2, second line,
Okay.
second measure.
So here we go. I'm going to put number 2
Mhm.
right here. Okay.
That's where you make your major changes at,
All right.
and you can go back and forth to those. By the way, if you want to repeat the verse,
So if you want to go
you can go
back
back
up
to,
here,
you know.
you can go like this.
Mhm.
And number 3. And then over here.
the chorus can actually could be A, B, and C if you wanted to be, because the chorus I sang the chorus, and I brought in the choir voices with it,
So there you go.
so you can make that
So
the chorus 2.
For this example, folks, I put it right here, both changes, 1, 2, and then 3 in the beginning and 4 again. Okay?
If you take the majority of music and you know it has a verse and a chorus, That's the same thing as your A and B. All right, it's the same principle as your A and B forms.
There we go.
But I use the old Baptist version of verse, chorus, or solo and chorus.
All right. So, folks, just clarifying for the people out there. So you see I put the first setup here and then the second setup. And if you repeat the song, you can go back and do the third setup and you can do the fourth.
Yeah.
Or you can do, like I said earlier, you can play any of the changes however you want. Just play them in those spots. You could put like an asterisk, just say that's where you make a change. I just wanted to make sure I got all the questions answered here.
If you think of it, verse, chorus, or solo chorus, like you were in the choir, singing in the choir, it makes more sense to me because you kind of got that feel and you don't have to think about where you need to do it at.
All right.
Yeah. And you can call that your finale.
Now, nobody on virtual land heard what you said. Can you repeat what you just said?
She said she does it verse, chorus, and a big finale on the chorus.
All right.
Which
so
is a good way to think about it. Yes. Excellent.
Okay.
That was from Sharon Wilson.
All right. One more question. Who had a hand raised in here? Andy, was it you? No?
I think it was Sharon Hanks.
What was your question, Jaron? The setup for Last Christmas, I wrote it down. He put the old time rock and roll rhythm. Okay. He has the piano on the upper and the saxophone on the lower right. And then the second setup is the same thing, but using altar style.
And that's it.
And that was it.
That was it.
And Last Christmas, by the way, I have always poked fun at Jerome for it. It's a wonderful song, but musically, I have a hard time with it because the melody repeats.
Yes, a lot.
So
it repeats
much,
a lot. Okay,
but the beauty of that is that once you learn a part of the song, you've learned the whole song. So the most importantly, you have the changing the sounds is to me very important. If two sounds is great, because you're going to find yourself playing the melody over and over. If it's the same sound.
If you YouTube it and see the Glee version of it, you'll see how all of the different voices and the different parts that they did, and it'll give you an idea as how to use it.
All right. So Jerome,
Robert has a question. Robert Raines.
I do.
Robert Raines.
Oh, sorry.
Rock on yours, Easy 10. It will be the Rock Performer, 8B Rock. That's a perfect rhythm for it. Huh? Oh, you don't have a sound. You're going to have YouTube it. You know how to YouTube? Yeah. YouTube it Last Christmas. Or 94. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to play something else now. I was going to give them a surprise.
All right.
Something else.
Well, we got a little surprise for you.
And I still don't know what I'm going to play.
All right. So before we close off this session, Jerome wants to play something for you, and I'm not going to tell you he's going to do his hot Latin samba version of Mary Ann. He's been rehearsing it all week long, but I think at the last minute, because we make last minute changes, he changed it.
We do make last minute things here, okay?
So Jerome is getting set up for something. You ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to use the disco on this, okay?
All right,
but I got to find a quick French horn. So give me a second.
Give me a second.
I'm going to go over this again. Quick pick.
All right.
I need a French horn. Where's the F's? Let's see here. Next.
And I hope I got all those questions answered there.
Oh, I got a French horn right there on page 2, on page 1.
All right.
Right. I got it, Robert.
Okay. Jerome, I see about 70 people just anticipating, waiting to hear what it is you're going to play. Fred Krause is just biting his nails. Just look at how nervous this. Yeah, there he is. Take it away, Jerome.
Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right. Wow, look at that.
Merry
Boy, they're
Christmas.
giving him a standing ovation there. Oh my goodness. Well,
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that class. I certainly enjoyed having to get up and down and move the camera around.
Keep him going today.
It's my dream job.
That's what you get for going first.
I just love doing that. I pulled a chair out over here to sit down and relax, and as soon as I sat down, get up closer. All right. Well, in about 20 minutes, we have a very special treat for you because I purposely put Dawn last because I know a lot of you know Dawn. She's on Zoom at least 4 days a week, and I get nothing but great things said, and so I figured I'd save her for last. Miss dazzling Dawn over there. Look at, she's just sitting there waiting patiently. Oh, yeah. And Jerome is shouting in the background, "I love you in blue." You know, I have to tell you, I upload every video that's recorded on Zoom, and every time I upload them and I get them ready into our Patreon, what happens is I'm putting in the text, the video starts playing, and so I listened. I always get to hear the first 5 minutes, and I hear all these wonderful stories and all these things, and then, like the Christmas songs that was recently this week. I forget which one it was. Santa Baby, Controversy. She was reading the lyrics of Santa Baby, and she was telling the story why back then it was actually banned, wasn't it? Yeah. So I learned all these things sometimes in the first 5 minutes just listening to her. Then I started making notes on how many outfits she has. Because I was like, how does she have so many outfits? There's so many different outfits. All these videos, and I'm like, there's a repeat in here somewhere. Because I could see all of her videos all in one. And oh, finally, I saw a duplicate. So I learned a lot about you, Don. Anyway, so she is ready to go. We'll see you back in 20 minutes. Don, we'll do a sound check here a few minutes before, just in case. I know we're all set. I can't hear you. Are you muted? Or are we just... We see you on the screen. Well, that gives us 20 minutes to figure it out. Okay.
I didn't have my stuff turned on.
She didn't have her stuff turned on. She's a pro at this now. Okay, let me pause the recording, and don't forget to remind me to record the last one, of course. But we'll see you in about 20 minutes, everybody.